Former Kotaku senior reporter and a current Bloomberg video game reporter, Cecilia D'Anastasio, is bemoaning the fact that YouTubers are eating away at, quote, journalism's mindshare. That's right. She said the quiet part out loud. Before we get to this, I'd like to ask you, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos here at the Trent Report. We have also added memberships. So if you would like to support that channel, please hit the join button. We have a number of options for you to choose from, and I'm excited to finally provide that to you. So with that out of the way, let's get into this right here. Wrote this up over at thatparkplace.com, and her comments come in the wake of IGN Entertainment acquiring the Gamer Network, which includes a number of video game websites, including gamesindustry.biz, Eurogamer, Rock, Paper, Shotgun, VG 24/7, and Dicebreaker. Not only did they outright acquire those websites, but they also acquired shares in Outside Xbox, Digital Foundry, and Hookshot. Hookshot operates Nintendo Life, Push Square, Pure Xbox, and Time Extension. They did not acquire Popverse or the UK-based events EGX or MCM. So, following this acquisition announcement, Jeffrey Rousseau detailed he had been laid off from games industry. This is what he posted on X. Hello, folks. I've unfortunately been laid off from games industry. I'm fine, really. I'm open to new work opportunities. If you require the skills of an award-winning reporter, journalist with a focus on marginalized voices and business-to-business writing, please consider me. I'd appreciate it. So clearly this guy was pushing woke ideology in his writing, and he has now been laid off by IGN, which is good because now he cannot infect more people with the woke mind virus. In response to Rousseau being laid off, this is what D'Anastasio posted on X. Jeffrey has quickly become my go-to source for fast business-focused game news. Absolutely wild decision from games industry new owner IGN. Was also shocked to see they laid off Brendan Sinclair, whose game's business analysis and features are appointment reading. In a subsequent post, she added this: a strong games press is especially important as the lines blur between gaming and social media big tech. There are so effing many stories to write. These senseless layoffs are especially painful as reactionary YouTubers with no journalism training eat away at journalism's mind share. Like I said, she said the quiet part out loud. They are indeed trying to brainwash you with the woke mind virus. That is exactly what they are trying to do. She is upset that they are losing control over the quote unquote mind share. The control over your mind. That's what they want. They want to control you. They want power over you, whether that, and it might not be physically. They want it mentally. Mind share. They want to control your mind. They want to make you their mind slaves. And she said it out loud here. And she's upset that people like myself and other YouTubers are eating away at the shackles that they have used to try and enslave people. Absolutely evil stuff here. And they're saying it out loud. But it is a good thing. There is cause to be joyful here because they are losing. These people are getting laid off. They are not able to enslave as many people as they want. The truth is getting out there. And people are reacting to it in a positive manner. And a lot of people were calling her out. We got Hypnotic here. Shout out to him, fellow YouTuber. He says, it's not our fault that journalists decided to stop being journalists and instead be activists writing lies to benefit whatever agenda that is important to them. YouTubers took over because you guys are boring and liars on top of that. 100%. That's what these people do. I mean, this guy right here is literally saying he's pushing the woke ideology by having a focus on marginalized voices. And that's clearly woke ideology. There is no argument for that to be made now. It's all that is now. It's all accusing the people that you don't like of racism, ists, phobes, etc. and trying to use those words to punish your opponents. John Goetz wrote this: gaming media has needed a purge for a while now. Terrible agendas being pushed for years is finally catching up with them. Agree. We have to weed this stuff out. We have to kill it with our antibodies because it is a virus. We must continue to fight against it. Stuttering Craig of Side Scrollers wrote this: Cecilia, we've never met, but for you to honestly think that video game journalists have journalism training is legit laughable. In my nearly 2 decades of experience, most have never been in a journalism classroom or know the ins and outs of true journalism. The vast majority are glorified bloggers with access. That's it. 100% agree with that. I'd also wager that being in a journalism classroom is just indoctrinating you into being this kind of glorified blogger with access. There is no actual focus on the truth. It's all about pushing the narrative. RPG Genie. I like that name. That's a cool name. He wrote this: YouTubers are outpacing journalists at an incredible pace, unfiltered, raw information, and usually with little or no bias due to lack of knowledge on the situation and no intricate details fed by corporate overlords. It is crushing journalism, and I love every single minute of it. I agree for the most part, but everyone has a bias for sure. And I think YouTubers are just way more honest about it. I clearly have, if you look in the info portion here on YouTube for me, clearly say that I'm talking about this as a Catholic. And I do. I talk about it a lot from a Catholic perspective, or try to. Not every video is like that, but I do bring that in lots of videos. You guys who have been watching for a bit know that. If you read my articles, you know that as well. Prairie Fox also replied, why would I listen to a journalist try to spin their own pet social commentary into a story about a game when I could listen to a YouTuber tell me about the game? I don't really have anything else to say about that. It sounds pretty accurate to me. Vonnie, a lot of times they don't even talk about the games that I'm interested in. Like, I don't really see a lot of articles written about Unicorn Overlord or any hype about that. I was mainly finding YouTubers who were hyping the game, doing the trial playthrough, figuring out kind of what they were doing, seeing how I compare to them, how they were playing the game. Vonnie256 said this: laying off bad journalists is a good thing. And journalism training is literally just ideological indoctrination these days. If you want good information on games, find a YouTuber you trust. Absolutely agree with Vonnie right here. I almost pretty much said what I've been saying here. Laying off bad journalists is a good thing. These people are no longer able to infect or inject the woke mind virus into their readers anymore. And when you're not being exposed to that stuff and you're being exposed to the truth, usually that truth will indeed end up changing your perspective. Just like how you eat food, you are what you consume. You are like what you eat. You are also, your mind is shaped by what you take in as well. That's why this woke ideology and its various tentacles is so dangerous, because it warps people's minds. It leads them down terrible paths. Just look at the self-deletion rate for people that have bought into transgender ideology. It's not good. And I agree. The journalism training, it's just ideological indoctrination so you can push the narrative. Just kind of went over that. He's 100% right on that. But those are kind of my thoughts on the matter. Let me know what you guys make of this. I think that it is good that these people are being laid off. They can no longer be spreading the woke mind virus to the thousands, potentially millions of people that might have been reading their articles, not realizing that that is indeed what they were doing. Because I think there's a lot of people that are like that. They don't realize it. They still don't realize it. And then we obviously have here, she's admitting that's exactly what they were trying to do. They were trying to enslave your mind. And she's upset that these woke journalists no longer have that control. It is being eaten away at by YouTubers who are willing to tell the truth now. So those are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys make of this. Let me know in the comments below. Remember to always be charitable, especially to each other, but to always speak the truth.